What up, what up, what up? What's going on? That's my tower, Alan. Don't worry about it. Also, I accidentally left the mic right next to it because, I'm smart. And I spend much more time on Streamlabs than I do StreamYard. And I'm on StreamYard tonight. Why? Because later on this evening, my good friend and yours, the Justified Nerd, will be popping in later. What's going on, Alan? What's going on, Brady? What's going on, Brute? How is everybody? Are we ready for a stream full of all kinds of nerdy goodness? Are we ready for the latest and the greatest? I am. I'm ready to talk about it with you. So fill your cup and light your smoke, because it's nerdy time. What's happening, everyone? Welcome in to the basement. Welcome to the Saturday night stream. How is everyone? Hope you've had a good week. Well, good end of your week since Wednesday when we were all last together. We got Brady up in here. We got Brooke up in here. We got Alan up in here. What's happening, folks? How has your last few days been? It's been not bad. Round cheer. You're great so far? Awesome. I don't like stuff on my mic. That's good to hear, Alan. I am glad for that. I am doing pretty decent so far today, as well. I like my job. I get more time at home. It's a beautiful thing. And tomorrow I get to go hang more drywall. And that'll be cool because when it's all done and when it's all done and taped and mudded and sanded and painted, it's going to be dope. Already know what color we're doing. What's up, Daniel? Cheers to you as well, sir. Finishing up Arcane, Brooke is. Watch more of Punisher Season 2. Yeah. Such a great show. I need to go back and rewatch, most of the Netflix stuff. I'm doing pretty all right, Brooke. Yeah, Josh's theories are pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Detailed. Like, they're not vague. He's not just throwing out a couple generalities and stringing them together and calling it a theory. He's like all up in it. So Yeah, we have all kinds of fun stuff to talk about tonight. Much fun. Alex Perez dropped a couple hints about what Spider-Man 5 could look like, and kind of looks like what we thought Spider-Man 4 was going to look like. A little bit. Daniel RPK dropped a whole bunch of little ditties in one of his Patreon things, and while I don't pay for his Patreon, I follow people on Twitter that do. So, next best thing. Oh, I totally agree. It's just way easier to it's much less convoluted than the other way around. Honestly, yes, it does. What's up, Rob? Yeah, it does explain Tony's super dark twists that do pop up. And then, of course, we have the Jonathan Majors news and the resultant confusion that arises when the world has reached the point that it has where reading comprehension is essentially a thing of the fucking past for a lot of people. But that's okay. Because we're going to break it down up in here. So that's what's on deck for tonight. Oh. And we're going to talk about the Superman trailer a little bit. Not that there's anything to be seen, but it's it's an interesting strategy. It's a very interesting strategy. So, yeah. Check on something here. Okay, that's that. Bear with me. I thought I had this pulled up already. Where is it? There it is. There it is. That's the one I wanted. I found it. Rob saw loads of trailers last night watching Zoomers play Atari games. Nice. Skeleton Crew looked watchable. It's watchable probably about sums it up at this point. I mean, it doesn't matter how crappy a place I feel Star Wars is in. Like, I'm still going to give I'm going to give. I'm going to give, I say. I'm going to give each individual project a shot. You know? Now, will I be going in with some built-in skepticism? Yeah, probably. It's kind of hard to avoid considering. I'm gonna try and keep that shit in check though, because I want to be fair. You know, I mean, I've there's been a very recent example of a show I was very skeptical about that turned out to be pretty fucking good in Agatha All Along. So, what up, Griff? How you doing, man? So, it is not outside the realm of possibility that Skeleton Crew could also be surprisingly good. It could happen. It could happen. So, I will be giving that shit a shot and hoping I'm not right in saying that shit. Yeah. I mean, I will say I think I was watching someone else's show. I didn't see this. I didn't look this up on my own, but someone, was it Josh? I can't remember. But someone played a clip. Like it wasn't like a trailer per se. It was like an actual clip. And I don't think Jude Law's character is really a stand-up guy when it comes down to it. Honestly, I think he's a little shady. And I think that could actually be, yeah, that was on Josh's stream. You're watching Skeleton Crew and will do your part in convincing Justin to do a watch party. All right, Griff. Also saw How to Train Your Dragons trailer, Moana 2's, and a few others for big flicks coming next year. Nice. Yeah, I saw a little bit of the How to Train Your Dragon trailer. I haven't seen Moana 2 trailer. I did see an image of The Rock and whoever's playing live action Moana on set, and I guess they're already done filming that shit somehow or other. That's wild, but whatever. Like, honestly, when it comes to doing live action remakes of animated things, if you do it too much, you're going to play the shit out. Now, Disney is just pumping out live action remake after live action remake. Actually, is How to Train Your Dragon, is that Pixar or is that DreamWorks? It is DreamWorks? Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Well, now it's spreading. I mean, they are doing that with Voltron too. Supposedly Henry Cavill's going to be on the live action version of Voltron. I mean, I love Voltron, or at least I loved it when I was a kid. I haven't watched the new Netflix one, although I've heard it's actually pretty fucking good. And obviously, y'all know I'm a big fucking Cavill fan. So, we're starting to get they're what? Although we news about Cavill's Highlander film is starting to hit Twitter, and that's got me excited. Netflix Voltron slapped. There's really Kang news. Yes and no. A lot of people think there is, but there really kind of isn't. But evidently that needs further explanation. So we gonna talk about it. I guess I'm gonna have to put Netflix Voltron on my ever increasing list of shit I'll probably never get to watch because there's too much to goddamn watch. Although I should prioritize Voltron. given the memories of my love for it. If they're gonna fuck around with Voltron, you know what else they need to bring back? Fucking Robotech, bro. I also loved me some Robotech. I'll take some Robotech back in my life. Y'all remember Robotech? Or heard of it? Anybody? I know Rob knows what I'm talking about. Anybody else? Weren't they trying to do an LA Robotech? I am not sure. I couldn't tell you either way, but huh. Well, if that one didn't work, then they just need to find a better idea and then, do it. You don't think a lot of folks are in the nerd space are old enough to remember Robotech? I mean, you're probably right. I some of us here are of the I guess you could say we're the elders of the nerd clan. So, yeah, I don't remember details. I just remember watching it and loving it when I was a kid. I watched that. I watched Voltron, GoBots, Transformers, all that shit. I really dove into my full nerddom way too late in life. I should have been in this shit a long time ago. Oh well. Damn. Excuse me. The original Voltron shows over 100 episodes. Oh, dude, yeah, I watched that forever. I mean, it's 80s anime. Or at least the version I watched as a kid was 80s American adapted anime. But yeah, it was dope. I had all 5 lions. I could make the full Voltron thing. It was the smaller version. It was the one that was only about like this tall. They had a ginormous fucking version that would have, my desktop is like down here. So we're talking. They had big motherfucking Voltrons. They had like they sold individual Voltron lions that were like fucking. I mean, when you put them all together, this thing would have like if you were a 8 to 10-year-old kid, the damn Voltron when you put together would have looked you dead ass in the face. I wanted that shit so bad. Vehicle Voltron. Yes, there was Vehicle Voltron. I did not have a component Vehicle Voltron toy. But I did have a Vehicle Voltron that was, like the full when everyone was all together. But it did not go into its individual components. It was just the big one as a figure by itself. Yeah, I never got into Dragon Ball. Like the stuff that people consider to be like, it for anime these days, I never got into. Like, I didn't even realize what I was watching when I was a kid was anime based. I was just like, this shit's cool. That's all. So, like, I had no clue. And I didn't really even learn later on in life either. So, until much later on in life, which also includes more recently in life for me. Yeah. All right. Well, before we get into this, just let me say thank you for coming on in. Whether you be active in the chat or lurking, or if you've made it this far into the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're about to get into the deets here, about to get into the goods, but I just wanted to thank you for being here and to encourage you to pretty please hit all those buttons down below the picture there, the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell. And if you're on the replay, drop comments, pretty please, and thank you as you're watching along. I would love to know your thoughts on the subjects that we cover this evening. Yes, I've heard Naruto is really good. Okay. I've heard good things about Demon Slayer. I've heard that's a good beginner anime. Like I'm again, I didn't realize what I was watching when I was a kid, and I never got into anime when I knew what the fuck it was or could know what it was. But I've heard Demon Slayer is a good jumping off point for anime newbies. And some of the art I've seen of it looks pretty damn cool. So, story number 1. The Superman trailer will be released to press members on Monday, December the 9th. This is according to Grace Randolph in her live stream the other day. Now, on the surface, obviously that doesn't seem like a monstrously big deal. Okay, cool. We know the trailer exists. Sweet. I mean, we're all pretty interested to see it, right? I am. I'm ready to know what the fuck Gunn's doing with that movie. It's Superman. I mean, we haven't had a solo Superman movie. And when did Man of Steel come out? 2013? Something like that. So yeah, it's already been right around 11 years. By the time that comes out, it'll be 12. So yeah, I mean, basically a decade. We haven't had a solo Superman movie in a decade. I want to see what the hell, at least a bit of what we're going to get, right? Who doesn't? But he's releasing it to the press first. By he, I mean Mr. James Gunn. It is releasing the Superman trailer only to press on December 9th. Why would you do that, Mr. Gunn? I'm curious. I mean, what could it mean that he's releasing the trailer to press? Not necessarily critics per se, although a lot of critics think they're journalists. Why are you not releasing it to the public? Less hostility and trolling? I mean, it's kind of just delaying the inevitable. Like when the trailer goes public, like the gun glazers are going to praise it to all, the usual shit's going to happen. The glazers are going to praise it to all heaven. The haters are going to hate it to all heaven. And then the rest of us will fucking decide. So I don't know that it's going to end up being in less hostility and trolling or more so just delaying said hostility and trolling. It looks, I mean, he's obviously trying to give the fandom the idea that the trailer that is coming they have even more reason to look for it. He's trying to use the press to build hype for the trailer, basically. And since he is a studio executive, he will probably do what every other studio does when they give people early access to trailers and movies and stuff, is they're not just going to go, okay, these publications and websites, okay, we'll take one person from each of you. No, 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 no. And mind you, this is every studio. I'm not just shitting on Gunn for this. This is all studios do this. But I guarantee you that's not just the press. That is the press they want there. It will be a curated screening. It will be a curated press screening. There will not be a representative from a website that has ever talked smack about him there, or a publication. Although nowadays, most of the time, that's, those are synonymous, but now, like, how far does it go? Does he want less hostility and trolling? Sure. Who the fuck doesn't? Like, I don't think any member of the press, again, that's going there is going to be people that he thinks will look on it unfavorably. However, just because the people there may historically look quite favorably on him, if the trailer is actually crap, they may still say so. So he's still kind of taking a risk. But he's definitely putting the odds as much in his favor as he possibly can by doing this. Now, is he doing this just because he wants to control the narrative for as long as he possibly can, just in general? Because he knows how the internet is? Yeah. Is it possible that he actually is not 100% confident in the trailer itself and wants a little bit of feedback to tweak it before he drops it to the general public? Maybe. Is this overall a good idea in general to release a trailer to press only before you release it to the world at large? Now, mind you, when we talk about screenings and curated screenings and all that shit, we're talking about actual screenings of the full movie. I cannot remember a time when anyone has had a curated screening of a trailer. But I can only imagine it's being done for the exact same reasons you would curate a screening for your film. You're trying to start the narrative off on as positive a note as you possibly can. I mean, which strategically makes sense. Don't get me wrong. I mean, who the hell doesn't want your whatever endeavor you're doing to start off on as as good a note as possible? I mean, that's just, logical. So, but this is the first time anyone's ever done it with a trailer. And I just find it interesting that someone who is acknowledged, Jesus Christ, someone who is acknowledged as a good filmmaker, a good writer, a good director, is doing something that could potentially be seen as a lack of confidence in his own product. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's just like every other creative and or studio exec. Whenever you make a movie or a project of any kind, you're always stuck between a rock and a hard place. You know, you're always worried. Okay, if I do this, if I do this, what could happen? If I do this, what could happen? If I release this, what could happen? You know, it. This whole thing is a fucking gamble. What I'm doing here is a gamble. You know, like there's no guarantee that my channel's going to get any bigger. There's no guarantee I'm going to not say or do something that, like, you know, I'll end up with like 2 fucking subs. I mean, it's unlikely. What's more likely is that, you know, I'll just be, you know, one of those small channels that's always a small channel, which is fine. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, anytime you delve into something like this, putting out content, you're taking a risk. Does it make sense to eliminate as much of that risk as possible? Yes. But when you're creating content, you also have to balance the mitigation of bad things with not looking unconfident. Let me rephrase. Without looking like you're showing a lack of confidence in your product. And choosing to screen a trailer, I feel like is too easily construed, or could be too easily construed, as a lack of confidence. You know, I'm not saying that is the case. He might have full confidence in his trailer and his movie. It's entirely possible, and he's just choosing to do this for purely strategic reasons. Could be. I don't know. But I will say that being the first person to choose to screen a trailer is thought provoking and not necessarily in always the best way for for him. What do you guys think? Of course he is, and he has an uphill battle to make anything relevant with that IP. Yeah, he does, because Warner Brothers has basically been trashing that since the Nolan trilogy. DC is TV gold and big screen busts. More often than not, yeah. And really, overall, the probably the most successful ones have been overall have been the efforts at Batman. I mean, you got the Donner Superman. First 2 are really good. Third one's okay. Superman 4 was there it was. Okay. And let's see. Then you had Superman Returns. Then you had Man of Steel, which outside of that controversial ending, which we're not going to get into right now, but it was awesome, and that's the way it should have been, and shut up. But you know, overall, that was a pretty well accepted movie. It was divisive. Man of Steel was. Don't get me wrong. I know it was divisive, but it was still a really good movie. Widely considered a pretty good movie. And then we had the rest of the Snyder movies. But so far as solo Superman movies, we've had 2 really good Donner ones and 1 good Snyder one on the big screen. Now, to the point that where DC is TV gold, Superman and Lois and Clark did pretty well with Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher. This Superman and Lois show I hear is really good. I haven't watched a bit of it. But that's just because I have so much other shit to do and watch or whatever. But I've heard nothing but good things about that. I heard pretty good things about Supergirl. Um, but yeah, so far as the theater goes, I mean, while Superman as a character is like still pretty widely beloved, let's face it, Superman's record on the big screen is running maybe 500 right now. If you sit back and think about it, it's kind of damn, really? So, I mean, I'm sure James Gunn has thought about all that. I mean, it's been a while since we've had a really good solo Superman movie. It's been a while since we've had a good DC movie in general. Um, DC as a cinematic franchise has been in deep trouble for quite some time. While technically Creature Commandos is the first project that we're going to see under James Gunn's new DCU, we all know it really starts with Superman. Like Creature Commandos can do well. Anything, I don't think that's the only thing coming out before Superman that I can think of. Yeah, I just said think twice in that sentence. Fuck off. Um, but yeah, I mean, Superman is the start of the new DCU. The new DCU will go as Superman goes. So Superman slaps, new DCU has a chance. Now James Gunn is going to have to keep delivering dubs after that. But at least there will be a reason to keep going. If Superman is mid, it doesn't even have to bomb. If it's mid, you're done. Just forget it. Superman has to be awesome in order for the DCU to survive this version of it. Like, period. So yeah, there is a shit ton of pressure on this movie, which means there's a shit ton of pressure on this trailer. So I think I understand the strategy behind this choice, but I don't think the optics on it are very good at all. I think choosing to release a trailer to the press before you release it to the public tells the public that accurate or not, mind you, but perception is reality. More often than a lot of us would like it to be, perception is reality. And if you look like you're hedging your bets on your first trailer for the for the launch of your new comic book cinematic universe, that not good. That is not good. I mean, again, I do. I know it's frustrating how important optics are to just about everything these days. It gets fucking ridiculous, but it's the way it is. You have to play the optics game. And choosing to release your trailer to the press before you release it to the public. Again, this is a trailer. This isn't the movie. You expect curated screenings for movies. That's basically what we get. It's why most of us don't listen to early reviews on movies at all anymore, because the people getting into the premieres are the ones the studio knows are going to look upon their stuff favorably in the first place. This is a trailer. This is a trailer. And a lot of people, regardless of why you're actually doing it, are going to take a look at this and go, what the fuck's wrong with this trailer? What the fuck's wrong with this movie? So personally, I think it's a bad move. What do you guys think? What say you, chat? Okay, I think I know where you're going with that, Rob. We talking about trailers? Not a movie, not a show. We talking about trailers? Trailers? Is that where you were going with that? Did I do that right, Rob? There's your AI reference. Nice. Well, I'm glad I could produce for you. It was a good AI. Or should I be an accented AI? I'm glad I performed for you, sir. I'm Thursday. Friday's cuter. That's why I'm still on a wee little disc in the back of Tony Stark's cabinet. Because this accent on a woman just sounds a lot better. It's sexy. Playoffs? Oh, fuck. Well, I know he's the coach of the Colts, and I know he's someone's senior. Fuck. God damn it. I can't remember that coach's name, though, for the life of me right now. Help me. Help me. Do I want to do that or do I want to do the other one first? Let me do the other one first. Let me do this other thing. Let me do this other thing, other thing, other thing. Let me do this other thing. Oops. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Nope. All right. Jim Mora. Yeah. Larry Brown. Yeah, Jim Mora. But he was coach of the Colts at the time. No, he was coach of the Colts at the time. Because I believe the coach of the Lions at that time was Cocaine Wayne Fonts, or his immediate predecessor. Can't remember the exact timing on that one. Ugh. And by the way, what's up, Justin? Rob says, I have far more interest in Creature Commandos than any JLA linked movie. At least Creature Commandos is an unknown property where Gunn's personality can shine. True. And that's awesome. If you're a large fan of Gunn's sensibilities. Personally, Gunn's sensibilities is what scares me most about Superman. If he'd have just said, okay, we're starting with Superman and then let someone else write and direct it, cool. But the dude that made, not saying they're not good, but the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, Peacemaker, The Suicide Squad, and The Suicide Squad for me is still DC's Love and Thunder. That motherfucker worries me doing a Superman movie. Jim Morris during Peyton Manning's time. That might have been Marty. I'm going to take the wind morning wig. Fucking idiot. But yeah. Suicide Squad 2 is only watchable because of 2 words: Margot Robbie. Yes. That is correct. That is 100% correct. Itchy, scratchy, itchy, scratchy, itchy, scratchy. So. Okay. The next thing I wish to discuss is Mr. Daniel RPK did a big old info drop on his Patreon, it would appear, because some of the people I follow on Twitter, one guy in particular decided to go nuts with all the RPK news. Obviously pays for his Patreon and decides to is kind enough to share what Daniel said with us all. So, first little tidbit that he decided to draw from Mr. RPK, and we've heard a little bit about the show before. It says Marvel Studios Nova will not be filming until fall 2025 or early 2026, which is fine. What up, Executive Judge? How you doing, Your Honor? I mean, we'd already heard from a couple different sources that Nova was not going to be Nova was going to not be coming out till after Secret Wars. It's supposed to be one of the earlier projects we get after Secret Wars, but it's definitely post Secret Wars. And then we have this little interesting tidbit. Except that I didn't want to do that. Okay. I want to do that. Okay. Looks like Marvel Studios, the reasons, whatever, we'll get to that. Marvel Studios has decided to make Young Avengers a series and not a movie. I mean, if you're going to do anything with them, that's how you should do it. It's partly because of the Marvels underperforming at the box office. I mean, yeah, but that shouldn't be a reason why. Like, it just logically, the Young Avengers are they're supporting cast. Here we go. Marvel Studios Hawkeye Season 2 will be filming fall of 2025. Estimated release date of fall 2026, or obviously, even though the way it's written implies or fall 2027, it's just sometime in 2027. Now, this isn't the first time we've heard words of Hawkeye Season 2 before. A while back, there were rumors that plans for Hawkeye Season 2 were in the works, and it was going to be a oh god damn it, Okay, it was it was supposed to have Clint's psycho brother in it, and it was supposed to be a play on had it and I lost it. Basically, the whole thing was going to take place in like this building. What is that called? I wish I could remember the old rumor. But anyway, so it was supposed to involve Clint Barton's psycho brother. No, not Die Hard. My brain keeps wanting to say The Stand, but I know that's not right. Someone in chat knows what I'm talking about. I'm willing you to know what I'm talking about, so you can tell me exactly what it is. No, not Barney. The Siege, kind of like The Siege, I think is what it is. At least that was the rumor. Oh, Barney. No, not Dark Tower. We're not talking Stephen King. Yes, Barney. That was the rumor. We were going to have Barney Barton being a psycho and having his brother Clint and having Kate Bishop trapped in the building. Okay. Teletubbies. No. But it's supposed to be kind of like The Siege, I think it is. At least that was the original rumor. Now, I haven't heard much about that since then. But if that is the route they decide to still go, I am definitely here for that shit. I will be down for that because the first season of Hawkeye was just for me. It was just It wasn't bad, but it definitely was not impressive. At least not for me. It was just But yeah, that whole the Siege thing. If they run it like that, and especially throw in a psycho Barton brother, at least on paper, I'm fucking down for that shit. Next item up. What the hell? There we go. Marvel Studios is looking for a female to play a mayoral candidate for a season arc in Daredevil Born Again. Wilson Fisk may no longer be the mayor by the end of season 1 or 2, and the female candidate may take his place. Interesting. Now, I am not like uber familiar with the Devil's Reign run. I don't know how it ends. I mean, obviously Wilson Fisk doesn't stay mayor forever. But I don't know who he loses to in the comics. I don't know the exact circumstances. It doesn't surprise me that eventually he is going to lose to a different mayoral candidate. I really don't care what gender said candidate is. That to me doesn't matter. I mean, unless I'd have to read the comic to decide if that actually should or should not be a thing. On the surface, who the fuck cares? If I was to be forced to choose by the end of which season he would no longer be mayor, I would say probably not till the end of season 2, and that's because of what Alex Perez is alluding to for Spider-Man 5, which we will be getting into when we're done with the Daniel RPK stuff. Don't you worry. But so if I had to guess, he's going to be mayor all the way through season 2. Or, well, all the way through season 1 at least. Because depending on the timings of when things come out, he could be done being mayor going into season 2. Again, based on what we'll talk about in relation to Spider-Man 5 laters. Okay, here we go. Going to scroll a little out of order. Oh, what is this one? Oh, how fun. All right. Young Avengers update. The decision to remove Young from the title due to some of the cast members aging out of the Young label. The project will now be called Champions. Now, from what I understand, a lot of the Young Avengers ended up in Champions. I really know jack squat about it, honestly. Um, I do think, honestly, on the face of it, that is a good idea because they're right. All these people, all the Young Avengers they've already introduced so far in Phase 4 are now 3 years older than they were at that point, and by the time this show comes out, they're gonna be another 3 years older than that. So unless you want to call them like the 20-year-old Avengers, you better change it. And they changed it to Champions, which makes sense, and also is somewhat comic accurate because as I understand it, there's a fair amount of character crossover between those two teams. Hmm. And Marvel Studios is already searching for a showrunner for the Champion series. That's good. Why is this good? Because it means that they are following through on their promise of actually running Marvel television like television, where you actually have a showrunner who creates a show Bible for the writer's room to work with to craft the individual stories to get them from the beginning of the story to get them from the beginning of the overall story to the end of the overall story. Hey, Kevin Davis, welcome in. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. So that's a good thing. Not trying to do Young Avengers in the theater. Good call. I know there are a lot of people out there that like the Young Avengers. They are popular characters, but they are popular characters that are popular support characters. They have not had their own title in the comics for 13 years or 11 years. 11 years. But they have remained popular because they've been really cool supporting characters in bigger name titles. So, not trying to give a bunch of support characters their own cinema feature. Good move. Good move. Disney Plus is definitely the best place to introduce that team, even if they're changing it to the Champions. Your Honor, Executive Judge says season 2 could make the Hawkeye show elevated a bit. Oh, I totally agree, especially because they're doing TV the right way now. Yep, and like you said, and the fact they're having proper showrunners now, season 2 could be it. Agreed. Just in general, I expect anything that Marvel Television does from this point forward to be better, just in general, because they're going to be doing it the way TV shows should be done and not the way they used to do it, which is basically making a 6-hour movie and going chop, 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 chop. Or a 5-hour movie and going chop, chop, chop. You know? An extended movie and chopping it up into episodes. They're not doing that anymore, and that's good. International audience isn't going to give Wicked a chance at the box office. Domestic Wicked will do well for Universal Pictures, says Kevin Davis. I honestly have no idea how the international audience feels about musicals. I feel like a musical would do well in Europe. I feel like a musical would do well in South America. Some parts of Asia, a musical would probably do well in. I don't know. I feel like it might do better than one would think, but I obviously could be highly wrong because I don't follow the performance of musicals on the world stage whatsoever. I'm just guessing based off what little I know about culture or what little I know about non-American cultures. Oh yeah, the reviews of Wicked are really good, Brooke. That's not one I'm going to go spend money in the theater on, but that's I would not. I would never say I'm never going to watch it, but I would. I can easily say I'm never going to watch it in the theater. Kevin says Disney Plus going to get better as a streaming, adding live sports. Hulu will strengthen their subscriber growth. I mean, they kind of already have live sports via. Well, I mean, they do have live sports via Hulu, technically, because they're the same app. Even though they're not, because if you go to the regular Hulu app, there's still more on there than there is on the Hulu attachment on Disney Plus, which is kind of fucking dumb. But anyway, Brooks hopeful after Agatha and Loki. Well, Loki was still technically done under the old mentality. That one they just had a really good staff, and technically so is Agatha. But yeah, they're doing showrunners and they're doing show Bibles and all the stuff that an actual TV show should fucking do now. So yeah, I mean we're gonna see it on Daredevil early next year. We'll see it in Champions. We'll see it in Nova. What did Jack Schaefer end up being titled as a showrunner, or are they just kind of calling her that? Because I know when it was made in Phase 4, they weren't really structuring stuff that way, but maybe they did for that one. That was the last show that was from the make content for content era. Unfortunately, that's not true. A lot of what we're getting next year is that also, like Ironheart. That we're getting 9 Marvel projects next year. We're not done yet. After next year, then we are done with that era completely. Kevin says, I've been seeing more Mufasa the Lion King promotion online. Paramount should have moved Sonic 3 to a different date at the theaters. Oh, and Wonder Man too. That's another one. Although, according to Alex Perez, Wonder Man is going to be playing a significant part in the 2 Avengers movies. I don't know how or why, but okay. I'm not even sure when Sonic 3 comes out, but yeah, going up against anything Lion King related you're taking a risk, especially since the first Lion King remake, although this is not a remake, this is an original story just made the same way. But that was 1.6 billion right there, so yeah. Sonic 3 is going to have their hands full. Because I was so excited to see Wilson, or hyped to see Wilson Fisk again too. Vincent is an acting legend. That is correct. I love me some Vincent D'Onofrio. I loved him in Full Metal Jacket. I loved him in whichever Law and Order show he was in. I can't remember the name of it right now. I know he's in the Special Crimes Unit, but I can't remember. It's like Law and Order or something or other. He was in that. He was very thin in that. It's weird. You should go check him out. You know what? I'm gonna fucking just for shits and giggles here. Bear with me for a second. I don't know if you guys have ever seen skinny Vincent D'Onofrio. Yeah, Law and Order Criminal Intent. Look at him. Look how teeny he is. Look at how teeny. And then, of course, there's now. I don't know if you guys were using Law and Order. Yeah, nope. Whatever it was, criminal intent. It was like the special crimes unit. He and can't remember her name. Yeah. Any updates on Batman 2? No. You're gonna watch Full Metal Jacket tonight? Great movie. Feel like you're gonna be scarred or scared? I'm not sure if you only meant 1 or 2 hours there, Your Honor. He's aged gracefully. I mean, when he wants to look normal, he can, but he's a bit of a chameleon when he wants to be. That is for sure. Could have swore there was more, you little fucker. All right. So, those are just some fun little updates that are out there. Could have swore there was more, but whatever. No, I don't get out of here with that shit. Fucking YouTube. The hell is wrong with you? Okay. What do you guys think about those little updates? Thoughts, questions, concerns, comments? Don't give a fuck. What up, Delta Dan? How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone that's been hanging out so far. Thank you very much for spending your time here with me in the basement talking this nerdy news. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate you hitting the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell. I appreciate all that stuff. I hope you appreciate your time here. I hope I entertain you. All right. So, moving on. I ain't trying to do a whole podcast at this point, so. Of course, hopefully the trailer gets. Yeah, I know. I mean, I want to be hyped for Superman. You're absolutely right, Brooke. I want to be hyped for Superman. I don't want to be concerned for Superman. I want to fucking love James Gunn's Superman movie. I want it to be good. I want all of James Gunn. I want all of James Gunn's projects to actually be good. I want to enjoy fucking DC content again. I want Marvel to feel a fire under their ass to continue to stay away from that fucking phase 4 mentality. And a good encouragement will be a quality DC product going, bro, we ain't dead yet. You know? There's so many reasons why James Gunn doing a good job is not just desired, but necessary to an extent. You know? So, rising tide lifts all boats, as they say. So we need James Gunn to do his part to get the fucking water going. Yeah. All right. Now, as we all know, when word of Spider-Man 4 started coming out, we're all like, hell yes. We are finally getting the nice, grounded Peter Parker story we've all been wanting in the MCU, and that the ending of No Way Home set up with them showing, with the scene of the Spider-Man material hanging out on the sewing machine, Peter being all broke and alone in his apartment because no one knows who the fuck he is anymore. Having to be a photographer, having to work for Jane. We thought we were finally going to get our nice little friendly neighborhood street level Spider-Man after all the multiversal big shit he's been going, or not multiversal, but after all the big Infinity War stuff he's been going through. Right? That's what we thought we were going to get. And then the drama started. Reports and rumors started coming out over Feige wanting that grounded story that we all wanted at the time, while Sony, who unfortunately owns the live action rights to Spider-Man and therefore has a pretty big measure of control, those fucks wanted No Way Home Part 2, basically, because, I mean, we all know what's been going on with Sony Marvel when they do it on their own, with the exception of Venom's 1 and 3. And technically, too, gauged by box office. That movie did make money. But outside of Venom, and since their solo Spider-Man movies, Sony Marvel has been ass. It has been straight booty cheeks. It has been stinky, crusty buttholes. It has been bad. Live action wise. I'm not talking about Spider-Verse movies. Did we talk about that on Wednesday? I can't remember. Maybe we'll talk about that after this. I can't remember if we talked about that on Wednesday or not. But, so remind me, did we talk about Spider-Verse on Wednesday? I do not recall. But anywho, so we started to get those reports of the battles between Feige on Marvel and Rothman from Sony about the nature of Spider-Man 4. What did 3 end up making? Spider-Man 3? No Way Home? That cracked a Billy. Pretty sure that puppy cracked a Billy. Oh yeah, it almost cracked 2. 1.952 billion worldwide. During the pandemic. Oh, Venom 3. Sorry. That one cracked 400 milli. 401.69 million to this point. Oh no, I'm just referring to Venom in terms of the overall SSU. But so yeah, we had the battle between Feige and Rothman. Then eventually they came to the table, and it looked like we were going to get still something much more grounded and much less multiversal. But then we had strikes, then we had delays, which is resulting in a lot of compression of stories A lot of eliminating of excess stuff before it really started. Unfortunately, they chose not to eliminate stuff that was already started, but well. Instead, we're getting a product dump next year. But as a result of that, it has become quite clear and painfully obvious that Spider-Man 4 is not going to be very grounded at all. It may have a somewhat grounded feel to it for a time, but it's coming out after Doomsday, so it's going to be multiversal as fuck when it all comes down to it. I mean, there's just no way around that shit. However, just yesterday, Alex Perez dropped a little tweety tweet. We got a picture of Daredevil. We got a picture, an AI picture of Tom Holland in the Venom suit. And then we have Raphael and Donatello facing off. I assume Daredevil's Raph and Tom is Donatello. And he says, I understand how people might spiel. I understand how people might feel with Spider-Man 4, the multiverse, the symbiote, all of it. But just imagine Spider-Man 5 cooks with something like this. Okay? And then he reposts a response with it from this comic. This Amazing Spider-Man comic. Gang War Part 4 with a Venom-suited black suit Spider-Man fighting Daredevil, saying, "Stay down, Daredevil. If I have to go through you to stop the Kingpin, I will." And Alex reposted this response. And then, of course, a skeptic popped in. As much as I think this would be cool, both characters have never met each other in their superhero personas. There's no pre-existing relationship to go off of here. So Alex points out their relationship ties into Kingpin, who will be hunting down Spider-Man as his main goal as mayor is to eliminate all vigilantes in New York City as a way to elevate his underground side business. It plays out in Born Again, but continues on after Secret Wars. And guess what happens after Secret Wars? Born Again Season 2 and Spider-Man 5. Hmm? No. And then Alex likes the wrestling. Chris says, I don't see a reason for Sony to go back to lower scale street level story ever again, assuming that Spider-Man 4 is again externally successful. Bag that I don't know what the hell that is going to. So because it's a cog that ultimately fits into a larger story to be played, the larger story being the MCU. Exactly. Because remember, after Secret Wars, all the toys are going to be in the toy box for the first time. I mean, technically, they're all in the toy box now, legally by way of rights and stuff, but effectively, no, not right now. There's just no way. But after Secret Wars, after the soft reboot, everybody is essentially going to be all under the roof of the MCU, which means they're going to be able to play with all kinds of fun stuff all at the same time. They're going to be able to play with street level shit like Daredevil and Spider-Man versus Kingpin. Versus, Josh, it's 2 fucking syllables. Versus. 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 Anyway, sorry, that shit bugs the hell out of me every day. This verse, no fucking verses. God damn it. Anyway, so we're gonna be able. There's gonna be street level stories like that going on. There's gonna be. They're gonna start getting into the supernatural, right? Blade's coming. Sons or yeah, Midnight Suns is coming, which we're gonna get Ghost Rider in that. Whoever else they decide to bring into that. So we're gonna have street level. We're gonna have supernatural, and then of course we're gonna have cosmic. And that's where the Fantastic Four comes in. They're definitely a lot. They do a lot of the cosmic shit, and then over top of all of that, while still having the Avengers to be involved in both street level, global, not both, but be involved in street level, global, and cosmic. The Fantastic Four doing a lot of cosmic, and then surrounding all that, we're going to be in the mutant saga, and the mutants can participate in all of that too. There's plenty of grounded mutant stories. There's plenty of cosmic mutant stories. They're going to have all of the toys, and they're going to use all of the toys, and they're going to have all of the toys, not all the time, but there's going to be a lot of crossover. Now, they still got to establish the mutants. They still have to establish the supernatural side. Okay, that's got to be done. So we're not going to have like all the kick-ass crossovers immediately. We're not. So let's just. I mean, should we be excited that we got all the toys in the toy box again? Fuck yes. Fuck yes, we should. I am. I'm goddamn hyped for that shit. But in terms of setting things up, this is a soft reboot. We're starting over. Unfortunately, some setup is still going to be required. Some assembly required. It's just a fact. They've got to set up the mutants. I mean, a lot of the setting of this, the initial setup is going to be done in Secret Wars, right? Obviously. Because at the end of Secret Wars, they're going to have to show us what the new universe looks like before credits roll on that movie. Right? That's just how it's got to be. But from that point, there's still going to have to be like a little more detailed setup for each section, for your mutants, for your cosmic, for your supernatural. So that'll probably be, the first phase of the mutant saga is getting all that set up. And then they'll have the whole next two phases to start doing exactly what we would do when we were kids. Grab a couple figures from this set and grab a couple figures from this set and go, that's literally what Feige's going to be doing. And it's going to be fucking awesome. But yeah, it's looking like we are going to get our grounded Spider-Man story, but it's going to be like a lot of the things that we're looking forward to, like mutants and the supernatural side of the MCU and all that fun stuff. We got to get the fuck out this multiverse saga first, folks. It's just going to happen. It's got to happen. Feige wants out. He wants to get in. He wants his full toy box. We want out. We want him to have his full toy box. The talk of delaying Secret Wars past May 2027, just because we think a movie or two should still be fit in there. Forget it. Just forget it. Forget it. They're not delaying anything. Feige wants to be done with this shit. We want to be done with this shit, frankly. Now, if they'd have done phases 4 and 5 correctly, they might not be they might not be so keen on not being in a hurry, or they might be not so keen on being in a hurry. They might feel like, oh, hey, we should take the time to put this story in here. People are loving it. They won't mind. Problem is that's not the case. We have not been loving most of what we've been getting. And we are ready to be done with this shit. Damn, who'd I piss off? Anyway, so yeah, nothing's getting delayed. Obviously there are a couple of open dates that we still don't know what the hell's going to happen. There is still a fall 2025 date open, and there's still the February 2026 date open. Now, people are thinking that Spider-Man might get bumped from July to the fall date because it's not going to start filming till the end of next year. Could happen. Or July 2026 date. And February's still open. Who the fuck knows what they're going to put there, though? I still think that should be Doctor Strange 3, but that should already have been announced and started production if they're going to try and get that done. So I don't know. Of course, they haven't. You'd think, but yeah, that's what I was just saying. It's they're not starting. Supposedly, they're not going to start filming Spider-Man 4 till like fall 2025 because of all the shit that because of the Nolan movie and Euphoria and all the stuff that Holland and Zendaya are already signed up for, which could push Spider-Man 4 from July 2026 to December 2026. Now, would they put another movie in that spot? Maybe. But again, they haven't announced anything that they're working on. Like whatever they're going to put in that February 2026 spot before Doomsday, that needs to be started like fucking now. It needed to be started last month. Like whatever they're going to put there is going to have to be fast tracked like crazy. Like they're literally going to have to know exactly what they're doing before they do it. And they're going to have no time to change their minds. Whatever they're doing, whether it's Shang-Chi, although I doubt it's Shang-Chi because Destin Daniel Cretton, whatever. Anyway, the homie that directed Shang-Chi is the one directing Spider-Man 4. He going to be a little busy. So I don't think the February 2026 movie is going to be Shang-Chi 2. Yeah, it's Destin Daniel Cretton. Yeah, he's going to be a little bit busy directing Spider-Man 4. Thor 5 is a possibility. Doctor Strange 3 is a possibility. Storyline wise, Doctor Strange 3 makes the most sense. Depending, if you're trying to stick with the Hickman storyline, you need time runs out. It needs to happen before Doomsday. And it's long been rumored that Doctor Strange 3 is going to be time runs out. I mean, they're going to have to set up Doctor Strange and Doom meeting somehow or other. Unless they're totally skipping that part of the comic. But if it's not Doctor Strange 3, it could be Thor 5. But either way, whatever they're going to put there, they should already be working on. And if they're not working on it yet, they damn well better be working on it right after the holidays. Like if they want it out February 2026, and this is pushing it, they best be getting started January 2025 on whatever it is. Like we're gonna have to hear something by the end of next month. Before Christmas, we gotta know what the fuck they're doing. They gotta know what the fuck they're doing. Because that February 2026 spot is just sitting there going, I'm empty. So aside from Doomsday and Spider-Man, Strange and Thor seem to be the most likely candidate for 2026. For February, yes. Now, if Spider-Man gets either way, they have two slots to fill in 2026. They have February, And then they have the fall one that may end up being Spider-Man, which means then they still have a summer one. Now, they could choose to just ignore that summer slot and just stick with the February movie, Doomsday, and Spider-Man 4. Because Feige did say they were going to go down to 3 movies and 2 shows a year, or 2 shows and 3 movies a year, whatever. Anyway, now, would that be a good idea? Could they and should they fit another movie? Should they load up all those slots with multiverse movies? Yeah. There's a lot of story to be told there. Sony usually takes care of the Spider-Man dates, not Marvel. True, but the July 2026 date is technically a Marvel date, but they would be giving it to Sony for Spider-Man 4. How long did Doctor Strange 2 take from start to finish? Longer than it should have, because they basically reshot the entire fucking movie. Like, they called it reshoots, like just regular reshoots, but they were so extensive, they basically shot that movie fucking twice. She's Dormammu's daughter, Brooke. Is it niece? Fuck. I thought it was his daughter. So you really can't extrapolate how long Doc Strange 3 would take to make off of how long Doc Strange 2 took, because Doc Strange 2 was basically made twice. Kind of like how Cap 4 is basically on its 3rd iteration. You know? All right. What do you guys think, though? What do you think about the fact that Spider-Man 5... Yeah, they did have to do all the rewrites after COVID delays, too. And it was supposed to come out before No Way Home. Yeah, they definitely wouldn't need to just... Well, again, whether it's Doc Strange 3, Thor 5, Shang-Chi 2, or whatever they're putting in that February slot, if they still are planning on putting anything in that February slot, whatever it is needed to be started yesterday. All right. What you guys think? Are you happy we're finally getting the grounded story that we've been wanting? Are you happy that it's going to tie into Daredevil? Are you okay with waiting a couple years still for it? Is that all right? Because, you're finally going to get it. Maybe they've started but haven't told the public yet. It's true, they could have. I mean, there are things they can do before like shit ends up officially on IMDb or whatever, but even the people that watch that shit closely have put out nothing. You know what I mean? But like I said, there's ways around that, of course. I'm sure studios are what they are. It I hope it'll be worth the wait. Oh, you mean Spider-Man 5? Yeah, I'm sure that'll be worth the wait. I mean, it's yeah. I'm pretty confident in Spider-Man 5. I mean, especially if we get like that one comic that the homie showed that Alex retweeted with a black suit Spider-Man fighting Daredevil, because he's just fucking had it with Kingpin. And evidently, because of the black suit, he's going to be much more aggressive than regular Spider-Man normally would, and Daredevil's willing to put up with. So yeah, I think that could be fun as fuck if that's the route they take that. Oh, we're going to get into that here shortly, Brooke, because that's what's coming next after I go pee and get another drink. And our guy Justin is going to be joining me for that combo. He texted me. He's like, bro, well, last night during Diamond Lounge, he's like, what are you talking about tomorrow night? I'm like, got the Spider-Man 5 stuff, all this shit that RPK dropped. And of course, I'm talking about Kang. He's like, I want in on that shit. I'm like, bet you're in, bro. So I just texted him. He's finishing up a game. And I really need to tinkle, and I'm thirsty. So we're going to take a little breaky. Kingpin gonna get the super serum. I fucking hope not. He's not the one that needs to be getting it. That would be one Sam Wilson, despite his pseudo Black Panther vibranium cap armor that he allegedly has. But so if y'all will excuse me for a bit, I'm gonna get beverage. Well, I'm gonna empty my bladder and then get more beverage to reload it, and then we are gonna talk some Kang and some Jonathan Majors. Don't leave. It's going to be awesome because Justin's coming in too. All right. What up? What up? Brooks says, I remember people were having Kang Gang as a thing for a while. Yeah. Yeah. Kevin says, Jonathan Majors a pretty, I'm assuming that means pretty good actor, which is true. Oh, yeah. Okay. His career will rebound again. It's going to take some time. That is true. I mean, yeah. Delta Dan says, I feel like he should probably come back, even if it's a post credit scene just to tie up loose ends. Yeah, we'll see. All right. I need that. Yeah. Do that first. Womp. Cool. Marvel Studios bring back Robert Downey Jr. to MCU's business decision and image. Fans complaining and calling everything is woke. I mean, yeah. Bring RDJ back was definitely a business decision. I don't think the anti woke crowd really had anything to do with that, though. That was more along the lines of, yeah, we just fucked up 2 of the 3 phases in this saga and we need a big splash. And also, evidently, the Russos had a really good idea. A little bit of that. Yes, Doom. 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 Justin is apparently not quite done with his latest game of Apex yet. Hurry up and lose. What the hell? Let me look at something here. What was that other thing we could have talked about? One of you guys asked something, or I mentioned something in a digression. What was it? Oh yeah, we could talk about Cat 4 till Justin's ready. There was that article or that thing that I can try and find that Anthony Mackie was talking about. Let's see. No, 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 no. Is it this one? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. You guys want to talk about this Anthony Mackie thing till Justin gets here? This could be interesting. Nope, not that one. Yeah, that one. Okay. This is a fun one. So this is just from a couple days ago. There's a deadline. Anthony Mackie on Captain America Brave New World, his favorite MCU character, and jumping around in a circle with Chris Evans. This is from Disney's APAC showcase in Singapore. Anthony Mackie has outlined why Sam Wilson will be brains over brawn in the upcoming Captain America Brave New World and revealed where he was when he learned he'd won the role as the super soldier. The twist. Whoops. The Twisted Metal lead is starring in Captain America Brave New World, the first Captain America film with him in the role. Speaking at the Disney APAC Content Showcase in Singapore, he said he'd found out that his character Wilson, previously the Falcon, would replace Chris Evans' Steve Rogers to become the second Captain America while watching a football game at Evans' house. Oh, they were hanging out. How nice. I wonder what game they were watching. On that day, Evans passed him the last 2 pages of the Avengers Endgame screenplay, which revealed the plan. When I read it, we just hugged each other and jumped around in a circle, said Mackie. Aw. When asked about how Wilson would handle the mantle of Captain America in the new film, which releases on February 14th, 2025, happy Valentine's Day, Mackie said Sam's evolution is simple. He's still a counselor. He's still serving soldiers, but at the same time, now he's a leader of his community in the country. Mackie also pointed out that Wilson is a different kind of Captain America in the upcoming film, especially without super soldier serum. Get out of here with that shit. It's very different with the serum. You can fight anybody, said Mackie. When you don't have the serum, you have to be smart and engineer different ways of defeating enemies. With Sam, him being a counselor, he uses more of his brains than brawn. He uses more of his wit than his fist. He's more of a friend to everyone. Well, that's good as far as it goes. 49ers. All right. Mackie said that he only started reading Marvel's comic books after being cast as the Falcon. A lot of people might not like this, but I've never read comics, he said. He added, I've watched every cartoon, like everything from Tom and Jerry to Teen Titans. If you haven't watched Teen Titans, that's my favorite cartoon. Go online and search the Booty Scooty episode. It's amazing. Cool. Because I have kids, I watch all the cartoons. I mean, that makes sense. I've only just gotten into reading comic books. When I got cast as Falcon, I went and bought like 50 to 60 different comic books from the original Falcon all the way up to the new ones that have come out. Well, I mean, at least he was willing to do his research. Mackie also highlighted that one unique aspect of Captain America films is its realistic world compared to other Marvel movies. If you look at these Marvel movies, they go with different genres, said Mackie. You have the fantasy world, you have the space world, you have the raccoon world. What the fuck is the raccoon world? Did any of you understand that one? Because I don't get it. Anyway. With the Captain America stories, it has always been the realistic, grounding world. This movie stays in line with the original Captain America, of that thrill, of that espionage, of that grounded nature with storytelling and really investing the actual audience into the story. Mackie commented on his new outfit for Captain America Brave New World. It's a high-tech suit, he added. I went to Wakanda, met with everybody in Wakanda. We had dinner. It was a great time. They threw me a welcome party. It was dope, but when I was leaving, they gave me a suit, right? I put it on. I can kick harder, I can fly faster, and it gives me the ability to be more agile in my skills. So it's taking all my skills to a completely different level. And then he talks a little bit about being a fan of the Hulk, but that has nothing to do with the movie. So, his suit is Wakandan made. Cool. Basically means it's vibranium. Cool. Which, outside of the biological boost that consuming the heart-shaped herb would give him, he gets all the nice enhancements that a vibranium suit would give, say, Black Panther. So that's cool. I mean, that explains how he can play with missiles and land at supersonic speeds and all that fun shit without the usual stuff that would happen to a human body getting bounced around like that happening. Because vibranium is what it is. It absorbs energy and then displaces it. Which is, will also help explain how he can take a full-on punch from a Hulk and not explode into jello. The vibranium will help. Vibranium helps with impacts. We've seen it before. I believe it was Josh that talked about that little rumor that vibranium also may mess with gamma radiation and therefore be kind of pseudo kryptonite to Hulks. I don't know how I feel about that. I kind of hope that rumor is bullshit. But the fact that his suit is made of vibranium is kind of cool. You know, it does, upping his skills with, it's a good way to up his skills without, affecting his biology directly in the way a super soldier serum or consumption of the heart shaped herb would do. I mean, despite his occasionally eccentric way of putting things, I guess is a good way to put it. The fact that his suit is Wakandan made, which basically means it's vibranium, and he actually is going to get a somewhat of an enhancement via the suit is pretty cool. I like that. Does it make me go, well, shit, if that's the case, this movie will probably be damn good now? I wouldn't go that far. But it is a nice little tidbit to throw into the mix that, could show that there's potential improvement. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Like, A, is the fact that his suit is of Wakandan make, allegedly, according to him, and therefore enhancing. Is that cool? There he is. You ready? I gotta get my headphones on if I'm gonna hear this motherfucker. There we go. What y'all think? Oh, and by the way, say hello to our guy Justin.
What's up, guys? Hello. Hello. Hello.
What's happening, bro?
Not much, man. How's your weekend going?
Pretty all right, actually. Went out, made some money today. Didn't have to be out too long.
Ooh, that's
Had
always
t-
good.
yeah, it was cool. I had like one humongous order. That always helps.
Hey.
Excuse me.
What y'all talking about?
Huh? Oh, just to kill time till you got here, I was talking about the stuff Mackie was talking about with the suit being of Wakandan make and him talking about the booty scooty,
Oh, yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The recent stuff is making me get on that Kindle wave of I kind of don't like Mackie as much right now.
He does say some goofy ass shit sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like, I mean, I get it. I mean, you do you, boo boo. I mean, you do you. But on the other hand, remember you're marketing for a movie that they've already spent like well over double what they should have spent on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So,
Which, to his
like,
credit, that part's not his fault,
no,
but it's like, damn, bro.
yeah,
Like,
no,
you ever get on stage and not say something cringe?
yeah. Oh shit, that reminds me of one thing I fucking forgot. That actually has to do with that. Hold on just a second. Let me pull this up and then we'll get in. Then we'll get into all the fun.
Mm.
Then we'll get into the fun.
What's up, Griff? What's up, Brooke? How you doing, Delta Dan?
Where is it? There it is. Yeah. So I saw a tweet and then I had to respond. Tell me what y'all think of this shit.
Uh-oh.
This is kind of funny.
Uh-oh.
All right. So Cosmic Marvel tweeted out Anthony Mackie is an executive producer on Captain America Brave New World. And my first thought is what I tweeted Marvel, hey, Anthony, we know this movie has been a clusterfuck, so here's some extra money.
Honestly, hey, he kind of deserves it. They've done a lot to make him make this transition not great. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, no, I totally agree. I just think it's funny that, like, hey, cool, Anthony's an executive producer on this movie.
Yeah.
It's basically like, bro, we're so sorry. Take money and forgive us.
Hey, get your bag, Mackie. Get your bag, dude.
It's like we've done all we can do so far as the movie itself, but if it'll help you feel a little bit better about being involved in this big pile of however many times we filmed this motherfucker, like 4 or 5,
Yeah,
8, 10, who the hell knows by now. Like here's a way to get some money on the back end of this motherfucker. You're an EP. Congratulations.
we'll get through it. We'll get through it.
Yeah, I mean, look at it this way. It's in February, so we're getting it out the way early.
True, very true. Yeah,
we're we're getting that Band-Aid and we're going, all right, fuck it, let's just do it now.
Straight off. Yeah, I'm glad they're like getting it out the way, and then I just truly wish they would like try to actually make Sam Wilson cool. But
yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool at least that the suit has been upgraded and not just with normal tech. Like it's not just a fancy Iron Falcon suit. It's like actual vibranium. I think that's pretty sweet. And so it it does give him enhancements, not the biological ones a lot of us probably think he still needs, but at least he gets something. I basically, when it comes to this movie, I'm just hanging my hopes on Josh being right about the Russos just coming in and going, all right, we can't do shit with the story, but let's make this look fucking cool.
I mean, I do see what Josh is talking about, so it would make sense that that's what's going on. But dude, I mean, like, how much can you change at this point? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, I don't know if it's changing so much as just taking all the action and giving it a glow up.
Yeah, true, very true.
You know what I mean? Which is probably the only real saving grace that movie can look forward to from this point forward. So, yeah. All right, are you ready?
Yeah, man.
Ready? You asked to be in on this shit, so let's do her.
All right. I want to hear like what's your take so far on the whole Majors thing, man?
Well, we're going to go over the article from Variety.
Something with you, Chad. I want to know
that talks about this stuff, and that first we get the fakes, and then we'll get the what the hell.
Yeah, I would close that one out.
All righty then.
That's a little.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd do that, but anyway.
Okay.
So, it would appear that Majors has scored a legal dub on the surface. It would appear. Jonathan Majors' ex-girlfriend settles assault and defamation lawsuit. Jonathan Majors' ex-girlfriend dismissed a federal lawsuit against him on Thursday in which she had accused the actor of assault and defamation. In an email, her attorneys said the suit had been settled very favorably. Keep that in mind. The Marvel and Creed 3 star was convicted in December of 2023 of 2 misdemeanor counts for assaulting the woman Grace Jabari in the backseat of an SUV. He was sentenced earlier this year to attend domestic violence counseling. So this is the criminal part. The trials happened. He's been adjudicated. It's been adjudicated. He was convicted. He was sentenced, and he has begun paying his debt to society in the form of domestic violence counseling. But this was already happening. Then, in March of this year, Jabari sued him, alleging that he had defamed her by continuing after the guilty verdict to maintain that he had, quote, never laid his hands on a woman in an interview with Good Morning America. Attorneys for both parties filed a joint notice with the court on Thursday, stating that all claims against defendant in the above captioned action are hereby dismissed with prejudice. One of Jabari's attorneys, Brad Edwards, said Friday, that is how every case ends after it is resolved. Another one of her lawyers, Brittany Henderson, said the case had been settled favorably. Grace Jabari has exhibited tremendous courage throughout this very long and difficult process, Henderson said. As a result of her commitment to justice, the lawsuit that she filed against Jonathan Majors has been favorably settled. We hope that she can finally put this chapter behind her and move forward with her head held high. Majors was poised for a breakout year in 2023, starring opposite Michael B. Jordan in Creed 3 and as Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, suck-ass piece of shit movie that never should have been made. Anyway, but his arrest in March 2023 led to him being dropped by his management and PR firms. Marvel cut ties with him after the guilty verdict. The actor was supposed to lead as the villain of Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, but that film has since been scrapped. Marvel pivoted to Avengers Doomsday, starring Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. Majors was cast in Merciless, a thriller from director Martin Villeneuve earlier this year, in the first sign of a career recovery. Another Majors film, Magazine Dreams, was acquired for release next year by Briarcliff Entertainment after Searchlight Pictures, a Disney company, dropped it. Majors has repeatedly denied the assault allegations and maintained a desire to resume his career in Hollywood. So, first things first. As soon as this story hit, all the Kang stands were like, he's fucking coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Sorry, babe. It's going to be good when we move into her parents. I'll literally have my own room. It'll be soundproofed. It'll be great.
Bye, Miss Chillin.
Yeah, we're yeah. Anyway, so they freaked the fuck out. Started celebrating. Yes, he's vindicated. They can bring him back. They can finish Kang's story. Let's fucking go. Okay.
Yeah.
Setting aside the fact, let's just start with whether or not he's coming back. He has not been vindicated of the crime he was criminally convicted of.
Thank you.
That's already happened. The trial happened last year. The conviction happened last year. He got sentenced and started serving his sentence at the beginning of this year. And then in March, then Grace filed that lawsuit, which has now 8 months later, been settled. Now, a lot of people, where is it? Again, a lot of the Kang stands are going to seized on this right here. Attorneys for both parties filed a joint notice with the court on Thursday stating that all claims against defendant in the above captioned action are hereby dismissed with prejudice. All that means is that this particular suit cannot be brought again. But the reason that Grace Jabari and her attorneys would have agreed to that is because, as they said multiple times, the case had been settled favorably. So, of course, she doesn't care if she can't sue him for this shit again, because Ms. Jabari got fucking paid, bro. The case got settled. And according to her lawyers, favorably. That means one thing and one thing only. Grace got a check. And it ain't a little check. Grace got a big check.
Oh yeah, we're talking couple mil.
Oh yeah, I'm betting it's given how successful he's been, it would not surprise me if it cracked 8 digits and that wasn't even just 7. I could see maybe 10, 15 million. Not like high 8 digits.
I think that might be a little stretch, but it
You
could
think?
be. Yeah, I mean, he's made a lot of money, but like
Yeah.
her name is already dragged in the. I mean, if there's any good negotiating going down, like her name has already been fucked over anyway. So like,
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, they were about to throw a charge at her too simultaneously. So that is totally fair. It could only be like, maybe 2 to 5. But there's no way it was less than 7 digits. There's just no way.
oh no, she made a check though.
Oh yeah, she definitely got a check. But the key thing to remember is his criminal conviction still stands. He has not been exonerated of anything. He Now, whether you think the charters are bullshit or not or what have you, that's whatever. That has nothing to do with this conversation. Honestly, it really doesn't. You know, people have their feelings on how guilty he is or not. Whatever, that's cool. The fact is he is on the record. Even if it was just misdemeanors, he has 2 assault convictions on his record now. Period. So let us get the idea of him being exonerated of anything out your brains. He was found guilty in criminal court, and he settled the defamation lawsuit out of court in a way that her attorneys said was favorable. So while in terms of legal appearances and optics, this is a dub, it's not in terms of, starting his big Hollywood comeback. Not really. Not really. Not as much as a lot of people would like to think it is. I'll put it that way. It is still an optical dub, this lawsuit going away, though. That is undeniable. From an optic standpoint, this is a dub. This will shorten the road to his comeback. I do agree with that. If the people who say this will allow him to come back faster, yes, that I do agree with. However, the speed of said comeback, it ain't going to be fast. I'm sorry. They are way too far along now. You're not. They're definitely not throwing over Doom for Kang. There's just no world. There's no universe in the vast multi-universe where this situation is played out where Marvel goes, oh, cool. We can bring Kang back now. Fuck Doom. No. No. That ain't fucking let's just get that straight right from jump. They are not getting rid of Doom in favor of Kang. They are not reducing Doom in any way in favor of Kang. Is there a chance that they could bring Majors back for a little bit of Kang? Admittedly, there's about that much right there. About that much. In reality, no. You're First of all, I don't even think Majors, whether he wants to kickstart his career or not, is going to come back to be in Doomsday for a few minutes just to get his ass obliterated, which would be the only reason to show his ass in that movie in the first place, like in any form. The only reason to, yes. Like that would the only reason to even show Kang, any version of Kang, be it a Majors version or not, any version of Kang would only be on screen long enough to get fucking taken to Pound Town by Doom. That's it. That would be the only reason to bring any version of Kang back on screen at this point. So, any thoughts of seeing Kang on screen again before May of 2027? I'm sorry, Kang gang. I see no way it's going to happen. So, stopping at May 2027 in the timeline that we have going forward. That's what I think. That's how I think it's going to go for Majors / Kang to that point. What about you? And then we'll talk about after Secret Wars.
As far as that question goes, bro, there's no way. They already have what they want, an idea of what they want. There's zero chance that we see, in my opinion, there would be zero chance and reason to do a write-in of fucking Kang at this point. The dope things that they already sound like they got planned, people are gonna honestly be like, Kang who? So there's no point of going red alert. Let's figure out how to write him back in here when they kind of already ended his arc in Loki, man. Like they pretty much said, okay, yeah, he's done in Loki. So this far fetched idea of them just not having a clue of not having his story basically ended. No, they pretty much did it. They pretty much did it already. So there's no point. There's no point of going red alert to me to just write this dude in that pretty much chalked it up for himself. So
yeah. Now, insofar as the Kang character coming back at all, not before Secret Wars. Literally, the earliest I could see it happening, and this is the absolute earliest, right? Because so the Multiverse Saga ends May 2027, and then we jump right into the Mutant Saga, right? Where I'm not sure how much attention you were paying earlier, but we now have all the toys in the toy box. So they're going to be establishing mutants. They're going to be establishing the supernatural side of the MCU. They're going to be playing more with the grounded part. And then now that we're going to have the Fantastic Four and the mutants, now they can start really fucking around cosmically too. Like they're going to have all kinds of shit going on. And they have to settle. I mean, some of that they're going to have to set up in Secret Wars, right? We're going to have to see the new universe for a few minutes at the end of that movie before they start making more movies in it. Like, we're going to have to see how it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
So, but, and then, you know, they're going to have to build off that base for the next, at least probably a year or so. So the earliest I see them even thinking about reintroducing Kang, maybe 2028, if you're lucky. I mean, it's like Alex Press said. Yeah, Kang, the character, could make a comeback, but it'll be a lot like the Red Skull. And after Captain America, the First Avenger, the next time we saw the Red Skull was how many years later? 6. Yeah. 6 years later in Infinity War when they went to get the Soul Stone on what the hell was the name of that
Vormir
planet?
like that?
Yeah, Vormir. Yes. Yeah, when they went to Vormir to get the Soul Stone. So yeah, it's gonna be a hot minute before we see the Kang character in any capacity in the first place, in my opinion. Now, if and when they choose to do that, would they bring Jonathan Majors back to do so? Maybe. They could. It depends on how things are going for him at that time. Obviously, he would still have to have his nose completely clean. Now, me personally, if I'm in the boardroom and we're talking, okay, I think it's time we can bring the Kang character back. We got a dope way to do it. We got a cool story, you know, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Do we want to bring Majors back? If I'm in the boardroom, my opinion is this, and this can be extended to Gina Carano, because let's face it, we've already seen a shift in the way businesses are handling things since a couple weeks ago Tuesday. They're not even being shy about it. There are many examples in which Hollywood's tolerance for certain things has already increased, shall we say, in the current climate. Like the nitty gritty and the nuances of that and how it relates to culture and all that shit is a discussion for another day. But I think we can sum up to say that there's already being a shift happening. So can I see a scenario in which Majors comes back to play Kang? Yes. Can I see a scenario in which they even bring Carano back? Maybe. But here's the thing. If I'm in that boardroom, I'm like, okay, fine. You want to give them a chance to rehab their image? Great. That's cool. I mean, neither of them have, no one got murdered, nothing super heinous happened. Some heinous shit was said, some handsy shit was did, but like nothing heinous happened. So we could give them a chance to do a rehab stint. But my condition, if I'm in that boardroom, is they both have to do one thing they have yet to do: show any level of contrition. Even if it's the usual surface level Hollywood bullshit apology, to this point, neither of them have even been willing to do that. And if you're not even going to be willing to do that, you don't fucking need to be in my shit. You know what I mean? So, but I do see a scenario in which they do bring Majors back. If he keeps his nose clean for a while, like, he's going through his sentenced counseling. He's engaged now. He's at least on the surface trying to actually legitimately better himself. If he can do that, I can see a road back for him. But for me, if they bring him back and he doesn't show any sign of contrition, I'm not going to be a fan. What about you, man? That's just my thoughts. What do you got?
Okay. So, first off, when it comes to Gina Carano, honestly, bring her back. She made some wild tweets. Honestly, that apology is not even for the world. It's for Lucasfilm and the PR. Because she specifically went against what they told her.
Yeah.
I don't believe she owes the world an apology, especially when we're asking our leaders to give apologies and they can't even apologize for literally saying racist and heinous shit. And we literally have one of those motherfuckers basically running the White House now in Elon. So Gina, no, she doesn't owe the public an apology, but an apology to Disney probably would be a good idea for her. Jonathan Majors, on the other hand, we literally have video of this motherfucker putting hands on a woman. We literally have video. He has done nothing but act his way to make people feel like he cares about this shit. In that stupid ass video where he's stopping this girl fight from happening, you can't tell me anymore that that's not staged. So my thing comes from, and my question comes from, where is this dick riding of Jonathan Majors coming from still? The dude is a phenomenal actor. Don't get me wrong. Phenomenal actor. Done great work. Amazing work as Kang. But why? Why are we still fighting for this dude like he is everything? No. It's not like we don't have video evidence. It's not like he is the victim. And I'm not even saying Grace Jabari, whatever her name is the victim either, because they were both in a toxic relationship. That's their choice to be in a toxic relationship. But if you're Jonathan Majors, man, where does personal responsibility come at your feet? He had enough presence because I was still talking to somebody in the freaking Discord about this whole situation. I'm like, no, this motherfucker did it to himself. He was living in a toxic relationship, and their response was, People go to talk back to toxic relationships all the time. You're damn right they do. You are damn right they do. But the problem is when he had the presence in mind to try to check her, because we all know this because she recorded him saying that she needs to be his Coretta Scott King and trying to act like he's the next Black Panther, which he's not. He's not Chadwick. He had enough presence of mind to say some shit like that because he knew she was a little wild. If you know who you are because you said you are this person, maybe you should cut ties with them, dude. Maybe if you are that valuable, maybe you should cut ties with them. But no, he's consistently stayed into that shit. So this thing where, as I said, people are like, it would be a good look for Disney to bring him back. No, fuck Jonathan Majors, man. Why are we acting? Why are we extending? No, do what you got to do, but no, Disney does not owe him shit. It wouldn't. It shouldn't even. No, if I'm Disney, I'll be like, clap my hands for you to get your life together. Good for you. Prayers and everything for you, buddy. But we're not signing you back. We were the ones that tried to stay by your side, and you went ahead and still got a guilty plea and had all your business thrown out there on Front Street when you could have asked us for a bodyguard or something like that, because you're our pride. You're the one we're fringing our whole entire future on for the next 4 years at that point.
Yeah,
guys. Yeah. We would have given you a bodyguard, so you're not out in the middle of 2 a.m. putting your hands on this woman that we all know is crazy. Like, no, personal responsibility needs to come into play when it comes to Jonathan Majors. I'm tired of seeing all these brothers on the YouTube trying to bitch and moan and say, this is what you get when another brother messes with a white girl. No, brother. That's just a crazy girl. It's a crazy girl, but Jonathan Majors is the fucking idiot that stayed. Calling this girl his Coretta Scott King. Brother, he's weird. Motherfucker's weird. So the glaze is what I don't understand. And maybe in chat and you chilling can tell me if I'm wrong on how I'm going about this, but this is stupid to me. This is stupid that we're just trying to glaze over the fact that we literally have video evidence of this man putting his hand on a woman. We literally know he was not the victim. They were co-problems in this situation. So this is stupid. And then for the Kang part, brother, Kang has been mid since he came back out and got beat up by ants. He's been mid. They've done nothing to make us fear him. Why do we care so much about Kang right now? Give them another try after the reboot, man. It's stupid. It's so stupid. It's so tiring that we're trying to literally cope for this character that we have no connection to. We've gotten 2 projects with him. It's so stupid. So let me know. Am I overreacting to this stupidity that I see online of the glaze and dick riding of Jonathan Majors? Because fucking dumbass Chillmonger has been doing that shit since he got fucking convicted. So it's like, guys, are we just screwing fake news to everything? Like, Jesus.
Well, when it comes to your opinions on Majors himself, I'm in lockstep with you. Like, I know a lot of people want to bring in I mean, were both of them guilty for fucking with each other? Yes, that is true. However, if anyone as someone who has known multiple victims of abuse really well, and as someone who, when this Major stuff first came out, I shared, like, when they put the text out, I shared those with them. When that recording came out, I shared those with them. And the unanimous the consensus feeling was, oh yeah, this motherfucker is an abuser, has been an abuser for a while. And then you throw in the stories of what allegedly happened in London, and then in projects before that, and those other couple of directors and producers came out and stuff. I know a lot of people would love, and forgive me for saying this as a white dude, I know a lot of people would love to take the stance as this is just another example of the system trying to, trying to screw a black dude over. And I'm, trust me, I'm not saying the system doesn't do that on the fucking regular. I am well aware of the, whether people want to accept this or not, there is systemic racism. It's built in. It has been built in and will stay built in until I don't even fucking know how long. It's just,
Especially at this point.
yeah, it's just it is an unfortunate fact. Like as far as that, as far as a general condemnation of systemic racism goes, dead ass. But when it comes to majors, talking to the people I know, showing them the, him in his own fucking words from the mouths of experts, he's a fucking abuser. Period. End of story. So, yeah, like, insofar as ever bringing majors back, I would need a whole shit ton of contrition out of him and a years long record of obvious rehabilitation.
And then, not to mention, I would make him sign part of his deal would be you have to roll around with the bodyguard.
Oh yeah, his contract would be so full of behavioral clauses and requirements. He would feel more constricted than a president.
Yes, it'd be
like,
bro,
honestly.
it'd be like that. It'd be like that Kyler Murray contract,
right?
Like, bro, you're not allowed to go out at night for past 12 o'clock. We want you indoors. If you need to bring a party to your own house, then good. There's going to be 2 guards with you because we're not going to let some crazy shit happen. That's the type of lock and key he would need if he's coming back. But the thing is, Disney does not owe him shit no more, man. Like it's ridiculous that we're having this conversation, and I just hate the coping and acting like there was no wrongdoing on his part. That's what irritates me the most.
Right.
He fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, and you do have to give Disney credit. Were they prepared to dust him if shit went completely wrong? Of course they were. That's fucking business, people.
But they held on to him as long as they possibly could.
Till the verdict came down.
Yes.
Like literally till the verdict came down. So yeah, I'm fine if Majors never comes back to Marvel. I'm totally kosher. But if he does, I'm totally with you. It needs to be very structured. His contract needs to be structured. There needs to be a lot of behavioral clauses in there. And like zero tolerance behavioral clauses, mind you. Like, no, okay, you break this one, you can still hang out. No, you do this, you're gone. You do this, you're gone. You do this, oh, fuck you, you're gone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, as far as the character of Kang itself, again, I'm in lockstep with you on how that character has gone to this point, right?
Yeah.
He Who Remains, dope. Victor Timely, yes. Kang the Conqueror, dope until the end of the movie.
Yes.
He was dope through most of the movie. He played that shit relatively intimidating.
That's why it sucks too, because
till the end of the movie.
A great performance on. It's just his performance can't outbeat writing right there.
Nope. Nope.
That's what does
and then they wrote him. They took all the intimidation and then sucked it all of it away at the end, having him lose to the goddamn Ant family.
Yeah.
So, like that was the alleged death of Kang on screen, but that was definitely the death of that character.
Yeah.
And if I recall correctly, that was even mentioned in that book, The Reign of Marvel, that one lady wrote, Joanna, whatever.
You'll have to refresh me on like what it said, because I didn't.
Basically, it said Marvel thought that they had fire with Quantumania, and then it bombed, and they were like, "Oh shit!" And that was the point at which they were first really starting to plan the move to Doom, regardless. Like they were still going to keep Kang, but they were going to They were going to move to Doom, which considering every Secret War story ends with Doom being the big bad, that should have always been the plan, and supposedly it always kind of was. They were going to bring him in last minute, be like, ha ha, but yeah. So Kang's immediate history to us is a yes in the MCU. However, after the reboot, and after they get like the basic beats of what they're going to build on established, could they bring the character of Kang back? It will have been easily 6-7 years by that point. If they come up with a dope ass story, I'm willing to give them another go 3 or 4 years from now.
But like, you better make me fear him like I feared Thanos.
Yup.
Like, guys, that's his bar. Like, it's not fair, but it's fair because that's the bar. We got when we got Thanos. We like you just felt the intimidation. You felt the problem that this guy arose from everybody. He was a badass bitch. And even when he gets a lick of blood drawn, that motherfucker goes, all that for a drop of blood.
Yep.
The dude was a gangster.
Oh, yeah.
There has nothing been done so far with Kang that I'm like, damn, that shit was hard. Nothing.
Nope. Damn fine acting in the form of He Who Remains, but nothing on Thanos level.
Yes. So, and I saw Noah said that last scene with Paul Rudd. I'm sorry. If he wins there, then kind of fire. If he wins there and leaves Paul Rudd in the quantum realm, then yes. But they didn't do that.
Nope.
And so for me, it's boring. It's not intimidating. You've given me no reason to fear this guy. Like, no. He's so smart, but he still got outplayed. Like, no. So they need to shelf him until the reboot. And not try to make little loopholes to bring him back.
Yeah. And a fair chunk into the reboot too. Like get everything well established, and then once you've got your cosmic side going pretty well, that's where you can bring him in at. Like he doesn't even have to see Earth when they introduce him. The Fantastic Four can run into him out somewhere in the cosmos. The mutants could run into him somewhere out there in the cosmos. You know?
Yeah.
And they, by all rights, first time running into him, they should fucking lose too. Yeah. Like if they want to set him up to be the badass that comics Kang actually is he like S tier comic villain? No. But he's also like in the comics not a bitch. He's got power. He's got.
They got to do what Iron Man did, bro. They got to do it what they did. Iron Man was not an S tier hero until Robert Downey Jr. made him one.
Yep.
They need to make him one. They can do it. They know how to.
Yep.
Do it. Like, but as far as the major shit, dude, I'm so over the major stuff. I don't know how I wasn't reading what chat was saying, but like, bro, it's so stupid to me. Like the dick writing is crazy on majors right now, and people really acting like this really did something, and that's far from the truth. He paid her off, like guys, he paid her off. And there's this one fucking idiot in the Nerdvengers stream, and he's over here just like Marvel paid him. No, why would Marvel do that? They've already cut ties. Why would Marvel pay his accuser off? For what? So no, I don't. I don't like to keep bringing up Josh, but like I am not in agreement with how Josh is like. It would be a good look for Marvel to bring him back because it's not. It's indifferent. It doesn't matter, nor does it help them. It probably actually at this point I still don't think it really helps them. Because then you got to literally figure out what you want to do with that character at this point again, because y'all already wrote something for Doom. So, like, it's not help. It doesn't do anything for them to bring him back. just to get 30 people that like to go into Chillmonger's fuckboy streams and talk about how how fucking Majors was done wrong by another white girl, and it's another case of black men getting done wrong by white women. No, don't do that. Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe that's where we're at. Yeah. And the thing is, too, it would work. It would work because, guys, we got fuckers running around trying to run for Senate. We got fucking Dr. Disrespect over here still streaming with 40,000 people, and they're fucking pedophiles. And fucking Jonathan Majors did nothing to that degree. So do I think he can really bring it back? Hell yes, he can. But like right now, no. Like guys, stop dick riding him. You and Chillmonger need to hug it out. No, fuck that guy. I don't give a fuck. Like Noah, I love you, but like no. I think Chillmonger, I mean, he's already said choice shit on me and Kindle's stream before about us. I don't fuck with him. I think he needs to keep his Canadian views over at Canada.
Blame Canada. Blame Canada.
Which I love Canada people. Like I used to.
I mean,
with the ladies there, but I don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
Dude,
Windsor Ballet, baby. The Windsor Ballet.
I was dating one. She was an exchange student. Right? Is that what they do when like one of them come over? She was over here because she was part of the women's hockey league.
Oh,
so she was like the.
So she knows how to handle the stick.
She was the youth hockey team when we were in high school, right, bro? Baddie, straight baddie. For the Dallas Stars. So I love me some Canadian womans.
Yeah, tasting that maple syrup.
But yeah, like, sorry, Noah, that was aggressive, but no, I got all smoke in the world for Chillmonger.
Oh, this is a good question, though. Noah said, guys, do you think Majors would even accept that offer? I feel like he thinks they did him dirty, especially with the switch up on RDJ. He's salty. Honestly, no. Even if they were to offer it to him, because the only thing they could really offer to him is, hey, you want to come back and beat Kang and get your ass handed to you in like a 5, maybe 10-minute scene at most? That's literally all they could offer him. It's like, hey, you want to come back and get your ass beat by Doom? It'll be fun. Yeah, no.
Look, money talks. And that's the unfortunate part for him is they don't have to fucking give him shit.
Oh yeah, no.
They don't have to give him nothing anymore.
Yeah, that's that's yet another. Remember that contract we were talking about for like over and above all the restrictions he should be under. Yeah, there's no way in hell he's going to command anywhere near the amount of money they would have had to pay him had he kept his nose clean at this point.
Sorry, I'm also watching my A&M, my Texas A&M going to fourth overtime. So
they're in their fourth overtime.
Yeah.
God damn.
I mean, they're a mid team and they always have been, but Jesus, like, get it done. But anyways,
go Aggies.
Yeah, I don't think they'll bring him. Like, I personally don't think they would bring him back. And
they're not even going to make the offer. So. There's no way in hell. Sorry, Kane gang. You're looking at a minimum 3.5 to 4 years before Disney even or Marvel even thinks about putting him on screen.
Like Delta Dan's point, he said Disney is the last company that would do that. I don't think they would be the last person to do it, but like they have no reason to do it at this point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I honestly do think they owe Gina Carano at this point. They've let a lot of people talk wild. And for her to be the one to I mean, use her free speech and not get the same treatment is not great. It's not a great look. I mean, I hate to bring this part up too, but we're talking about Rachel Ziegler. I mean, she's actually kind of harmed the product at this point too.
Yeah.
No actions have been taken care of. So it's like, yeah, I totally get it. Gina did not help her case by going against the PR. Like PR, they told her, "Hey, calm down, please," and she did what she wanted to do.
Yep.
She's reaped the repercussions. I think she should still get a spot back because she was one dude. I would have loved this. I would have loved to see her back in freaking Deadpool. I would love to see her back in Mando. I don't give a fuck about her politics. I think she needs to clear up some of the shit she said. But dude, there's been a lot worse said lately from some of the Disney employees that
That's
are
true.
still there.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, Disney is pretty fucked for that. I will never argue that. It's like, be consistent, bro.
especially when a lot of the people that work with her are, I mean, the late great Carl Weathers said she's awesome. She's a great human being, and I gathered that too when she was on the Joe Rogan podcast. Now, granted, has you know, could that have a little bit changed with some of the climate going on right now? Yes, yes, totally. But I do think she's probably super nice and just said some wild shit that she didn't mean it derogatory. I don't know. She probably did, but she probably did.
Let's not go overboard.
Yeah,
here.
let's not go overboard. But like, yeah, she doesn't deserve this type of treatment that Disney has brought on her. So
Shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm whatever on Gina at this point. Like, I mean, she said some fucked up shit, and James Gunn also said some fucked up shit. They hired his ass back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like at this point, it just depends on. Again, I'd like some level of some level of contrition. Like, if not an outright apology, just being like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have. Like, I feel how I feel, but I should have stated it better. Just something along those lines.
And if I'm not wrong, I think she said somewhere on the lines of that on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Did she? I'd have to go back
I
and look
believe
at that.
I would have to as well. But again, like even the whole
Like, just minimal accountability is all I'm looking for.
Yeah. Even like, and then to that point too, like guys, the people, dude, A&M lost. Fuck. The people that are also just like okay with what she said and all that stuff. I also don't want to hear them bitch though about Rachel Ziegler anymore or Brie Larson. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that no more. Look, Brie Larson can be cringe as fuck for sure and say some wild shit. Well, she doesn't really say some wild shit, but she does say some cringy shit for sure.
Yeah,
but bro, she ain't hurt. She really ain't hurting nobody.
No,
she really ain't hurting nobody.
Like,
neither is Rachel Ziegler, although she's great in brand at that point.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last thing she said that Ziegler said that she ended up, I don't know if the apology was genuine, but she an apology ended up coming, but like what she said, she hoped Trump voters never found peace ever.
I mean, shit, like what's so wrong about that?
I mean,
like look, vote who you vote for, that's your business, but dude, like there's nothing wrong with saying that. Like that's talking shit. That's just talking shit.
Right. I mean, personally, in general, there's a lot of people that voted for Trump that definitely, in my opinion, should like suffer for like eons upon eons. Like the truly hateful motherfuckers, yes. Like I I suffer from this, but I try to keep myself from going broad brush. I call it out on others, and I need to probably check myself some. Admittedly, if I get like riled up, I will go broad brush too. But it's going broad brush is never a good idea. The world don't fucking work like that. No group is a monolith.
Anyway,
So
was that what she was? What the dinner like in the den? They were kind of talking about why they didn't want her.
yeah,
That's why.
I think that's the statement she made that she had to apologize for. Like all the shit she said before, like about the the Snow White story and all that shit. Nothing, other than the court of public opinion shitting on her for that, she didn't really have to do anything. But that last one is what they made her apologize for.
So I'm wondering, Chad can correct me if I'm wrong, but I wonder if that's what they're kind of mad about mainly in the den. Because if so, like that side be bitching about people being soft and shit all the time.
Oh, don't get me
Y'all
started on that.
Soft as fuck if that's what y'all are bitching about.
Don't get me started on the snowflake hypocrisy of
shit.
Don't get me started on the snowflake hypocrisy of the hate of the rage baiters, because
that's some soft weak ass shit, dude.
It really is.
Fuck. Y'all out here, they were out there calling that woman, like that whole conversation was wild. But like they out here calling her. I thought she said even like some wild, crazy, like insane shit. That's really what they're bitching at, bro. Go have a fapping nap, dude. Go worry about something else in your life, because that is fucking, that's some lame shit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. They're calling her out of her name on that stream, and then they gonna be, she said they don't need to find peace. Well, dude, that's how soft you are. Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah.
But anyways, before I go, guys, like just let me know. Am I crazy for the Jonathan Majors take? Because I truly do not think. I think the glazing on him is crazy, guys. I truly do.
I mean, I'm with you.
Like people forgot, bro. Like that was a mutually toxic relationship. Like I don't get
it. Noah.
You're crazy, but not your dick. I mean, that's partially true.
I mean, it applies to me too. I'm a crazy motherfucker. I'm a crazy ass white boy.
Oh Lord. Nope, I'm with you. Okay. Because I thought I was on especially when I'm reading YouTube chats. I thought I was on some crazy stuff. Jay, your mic is in and out. It's because I keep moving and like that. I'm trying to be better about that, because I don't guys, I need to get a Go XLR type mix type mic and shit. So
yeah,
all of that shit will be there. So
glow ups, rig glow ups. We all want them.
Dude, yeah. All right, I'm gonna go.
All right, man.
Some games. All right.
Hey, thanks for popping in, bro.
Dude, thanks for letting me vent about that shit. Because
it's no problem, man. You got something to say that you don't want to wait to say it, and you can come on here and say it. I'm all about having you come on and say it, bro. It ain't no thing.
I appreciate it. It. Guys, have a good one. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Yeah.
Stay chilling, all that good stuff.
Yeah. If y'all ain't knowing, anyone lurking, if you ain't knowing, Justin, tell them about where to find your ass.
Well, Justified Nerd, if y'all want the nerdy content, I'm trying to get back on the streaming and content schedule, so y'all gotta bear with me a little bit. But over there, gonna be trying to stream once a week, and then main channel Justified MF. Pretty much stream almost every damn day over there, but been slowing down, and 2 videos a week over there usually. So, but yeah, I'll catch you, beautiful people, later.
All right, man.
Make sure y'all hit that sub for chilling. All that good stuff. Like and hit the share button. All right, I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Love you, bro. Bye. My guy. All right, chat. What do you got? That's all I got. That was the big one. Questions, concerns, thoughts, any other subjects y'all want to talk about? I am here for you. But if not, then I'm dipping out this bitch because I have covered all my shizzle. But I always am willing to talk about your shizzle. And not anything. It ain't just got to be this shit. Spider-Man 5 stuff, all this RPK stuff, Superman trailer, anything else you've thought of. Am I going to go see Gladiator or Wicked? Wicked, no. I'm not. I don't generally roll with movies like that in the theater in general. Gladiator, I'd like to, but we'll see. I would say the odds are against it, but that's not about desire. That's about the checking account. um, like I still haven't even gone to see Venom yet, so. But I may I don't know. I'll probably find a way to see that before too long. My patience may run out, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I mean, I'd like to see Gladiator. That's obviously a movie that screams big screen. Venom should be streaming soon. Yeah, well, probably January, I would imagine. They'll probably release the digital copy for purchase before Christmas, I would imagine. Take advantage of the holiday season, or maybe even a little bit after Black Friday. Who knows? No, probably not that soon, but definitely in December it'll probably be digital. I imagine it probably won't hit streaming platforms till after the new year, though. That's just a guess, but that just kind of that feels right with how they have done things before, like the general timings, as it were. You're gonna see Gladiator for sure as soon as you can. I mean, I don't blame you. It looks dope. I've heard mostly good things about it. First search says January to February. Nice. Woo! Woo! But yeah, I'm gonna. When does Craven come out? That's not too long in the future, is it? No. When do you debut, you motherfucker? Oh, there's a great headline. Craven right now is only projecting a $20 million opening weekend. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Did you guys see this shit? This shit's hilarious. I have to show you guys this shit. This is funny as fuck. Craven the Hunter director pleads for fans to give our film a chance. With Craven the Hunter just around the corner, director J.C. Shandor is asking audiences, it should either be the audience or audiences. I swear, for people that are supposedly professionals, I find so many mistakes in these fucking articles. Anyway, to give Sony Spider-Man universe another shot. Sony's 2024 superhero movie slate has been a mixed bag. There was the tremendous low of Madam Web, which was ridiculed online and considered to be a box office failure at 100.5. Considered to be a box office failure at 100.5. Are you fucking kidding me? There's no considered to be. That's a fucking bomb. That is the literal definition of failure. Anyway, then there's Venom: The Last Dance, the finale of Tom Hardy's symbiote trilogy, which earned an impressive $436.6 million. However, only 128 of that came from domestic showings. Yes, the overseas market. If you're not a fan of the Venom franchise and want it to just go away, you can blame the overseas market for it staying. As such, eyes are now on Craven the Hunter, and Chandor is asking audiences for just one thing: a chance. I don't want to get too into the nitty gritty of it, but here's what I would say, Chandor said via comicbook.com. For me as a filmmaker, my number one goal, especially, quite frankly, over the last couple of years where you guys are deep in this world, some of the fans out there, a lot of the fans, were upset with certain decisions and certain outcomes of Sony's Spider Man universe. No shit. Then with other films, they've gone on to be tremendous successes. So there's been a mixed success rate, Chandor added. People have got to give us a chance and come out and support this film and literally try to wash away some of the other stuff that's happened. Give our film a chance. He then went on to promise a fun story with Craven, which is set to explore the origin story of the Marvel character. Starring Aaron Taylor Johnson and Russell Crowe, the new movie will be released on December 13th. I think they'll realize that we've done everything we can to give them a pretty fun story. You'll see when the movie's over, there's a potential for a lot of things to happen, Chandor teased. But my goal was to isolate our movie, protect it, and just tell a damn good story. And then we'll have opportunities to do a lot of fun things. For more, check out Who the Fuck Cares. Okay. Whoops, no, get out of there. How fucking sad is that, bro? Like, I mean, on the one hand, he ain't wrong about the history of the SSU. But on the other hand, bruh, that's just fucking pathetic. Like, that is just fucking sad, yo. Although, I will say this. I can't remember where I saw it, but I did see that y'all remember how when, like, the very first teaser came out, it was looking like Craven got his powers from a lion's bite. They have changed that officially. He's going to get it from some kind of serum or something. So, like, the radioactive lion's bite Spider-Man ripoff bullshit, they got rid of that at least. So that's like one little step in the right direction. But yeah, that just give my movie a chance, please. I know Sony's a bunch of idiot motherfuckers that can't do shit right without Feige, but let just give Craven a chance. Sweet Jesus, bro. Sweet Jesus. Oh, that's so sad. El Muerto versus Dead. Yes, thank God. Forget the rest of Sony. My movie's good, I swear. Oh, shit. Del Dan says, way off topic, but Tulsa King is real good. I've heard that. And Longman with Billy Bob Thornton is good on the first 2 episodes. I've actually heard that too. There's a lot of good TV out there, like nerdy and non-nerdy, that but there's just so much stuff to watch. Oh my God. I mean, there's the shit that's been out for a while that you're trying to keep up on, and then there's all the new shit, and then there's this, and then there's that, and then oh my God, and then there's Marvel, and then there's DC, and then there's fucking yeah, it's just crazy. Exactly, Noah. So much to watch, so little time. Like, I almost feel like I'd have to be, some kind of supernatural or enhanced creature that, like, does not need to sleep. Like, that's literally the only way you could keep up with all this shit. It's crazy. Like, I haven't even checked. Well, I mean, I literally haven't watched any of the new Doom at all. But have you guys watched the Dune Prophecy? Did y'all watch that premiere? Is it good? Should I watch it? You literally can't watch it. You literally just can't watch it all if you live a normal life. Exactly, Noah. I've heard Arcane is dope. Hi, kitty. Hi, baby. When you reach down and there's a furry head. No diddy. Hi, baby. Haven't seen it yet, but I heard it's got a lot of deep cuts to the book. Yeah, and I haven't read the books either, so I don't know if I'd be lost or if like the story'd be good enough for where I wouldn't fucking care, which is possible. Like I've watched stuff I've known jack shit about, but if it's entertaining enough, I couldn't have given a fuck less. Do you have two young kids? You got to wait till they sleep or watch on your phone. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I can't speak from experience, but that makes sense. Yeah, that much I did know, Daniel, that it's a 10,000 year prequel. It's just, like I said, I've never read any of the books. I watched the original Dune like fucking 30 years ago. I haven't watched either of the new Dune movies. I know. Um, but what are you doing, bro? Oh, anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I just want to know if it's a good enough show to where I'll be entertained by it, regardless of how much Dune lore I do or do not know. That's like my only concern with that show. Will I be entertained? Because if I don't know the lore, you better damn well entertain me. Kind of a wannabe Game of Thrones. Eh. I mean, wanting to be Game of Thrones in principle isn't bad. It just you know, wanting isn't enough. You got to figure out a way to fucking execute that shit. Hi. Excuse me. What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing right now, cat. Cat's being fucking weird, but he's a cat. Yeah, but yeah, you guys are talking Dune lore, and I got nothing, which is fine. Give me enough backstory about the universe. Okay, maybe I'll check that shit out then. Like, I love that kind of stuff. I love good sci-fi. I love like intrigue and all that shit, and that seems like it's got that, like, you got the royal power, and then you got the religious power. And what kind of cat do I have? Well, I have I've got a black and white tuxedo, and then I've got what I think is at least he's part Maine Coon at a minimum. That's my big boy. The Maine Coon's my big boy, and he's not fat either. He's just 20 pounds of solid fucking cat. He's not like roly poly or like he doesn't look out of proportion. Him just big kitty. Him just big kitty. I don't know where he's at either. Yeah, I love my boys. What's up, everybody? We got some viewers up in here. What's going on? Thanks for coming in. He's just built different. Yeah, he really is. Glad you guys are coming in. I almost feel like I should push the show back another hour because I swear even more people come in at like 11, 12. I don't know. I'll think about that for maybe another time. But thanks for popping in. Hope you're having fun so far, even though unfortunately I've already talked all my planned subjects out. But if anyone wants to hop in the chat and throw something happy, I'm more than happy to talk with you guys for a while longer. I ain't scared. But on the other hand, I got UFC fights from yesterday to watch and some weed to smoke and a book to read. So, I am perfectly happy to stay here and hang out with y'all, but I'm also perfectly happy to go get high and watch people get knocked the fuck out. But yeah, if you guys got stuff, I'm here to hang with y'all because I love y'all. Any thoughts on the aliens in the ocean? My only thoughts on the aliens in the ocean is we have explored we've explored more of space than we have of our oceans. So I'll just leave it there. We know more about space than we do about our oceans at this point. Yeah, if that. Yeah, I've seen the scary looking worm, Brooke. They made that butthole popcorn out of it. But yeah, we've actually put our eyeballs on way more of space than we have of our own oceans. I mean, who the hell knows what's like down in the cold depths, especially when you get into the Marianas Trench, which we can't explore because we still have yet to make a device that can go that deep and not get crushed by the pressure. So that's my thoughts on aliens in the ocean. We have not done anywhere near enough exploring to state anything definitively about it other than it's wet. But as for aliens in general, I will say this. For whatever reason, like whatever the base of your thought is, and whatever the reason behind it, to have the thought that even in our galaxy, much less this entire fucking universe that's out there, that we are the only planet to end up with life on it is egotism of the highest order. Now, as to whether said life on any other planet is automatically far enough advanced to go exploring, that's the part that's debatable to me. Statistics say that there's got to be at least a few civilizations that are farther along than us, far enough along to be capable of interstellar travel. I mean, that's just math, statistical spreads, and all that shit. But obviously, none of that's provable. And technically, we haven't proved that there is other life out there. But again, to think that and again, I'm staying neutral on this portion of it. Whatever set of circumstances you base your belief in where we came from on, to think this is the only place that that particular set of circumstances happened is ridiculous. That's just my opinion. Like, it literally makes no sense. Like, all right, fuck it. If you're a Christian or at least spiritual enough to believe in creation or intelligent design or whatever you want to call it, and by the way, that's me. So let's take it from the religious side. if you believe God created all of this, to think that just because he didn't mention any other people like creations means that he didn't do anything with life on any other planet is just silly. The Bible is our story, right? It's no one else's. It's ours. It's for us. It's our Bible. If you believe in God, who's to say that he didn't create life on another planet and then give them their own Bible? You know, that's just egotistical to think otherwise. That just because it's not in there means it doesn't exist. Really? Does that really make sense? Like, if you sit down and think about it, does that really make sense? And then you can go to the, go to the straight, pure scientific side, evolution, Big Bang, all that shit. To think that we're the only planet to where, like, the right combination of circumstances and material and all that shit converged just this one time on this one fucking planet? Are you what? No. That's not how that works. The system is too large. Either no matter where you're coming from, whether you're creationist or evolutionist, the system is just too large. Right? So that's just how I think about it. And in case you're wondering why I'm a creationist, I have no problem talking about this. I'm a preacher's kid. And we cannot rule out non-carbon based life. True. Yeah, I'm a preacher's kid. So I was raised in the church, Protestant, not Catholic. And for me, at least, my only problem with the Big Bang Theory is that you can go as far back, and like science is even sort of a little bit pseudo recreated the Big Bang. But see, here's the thing. For something to go bang, for something to explode, it has to exist in the first place. And science, even if they're right, that let's say creationists and evolutionists are both kind of right? Let's say that what God did is he flicked creation and he was the Big Bang. Right? That's a good amalgam of the systems. However, if you want to go pure Big Bang, where did the material that exploded come from in the first place? That's my question. You have to have material to explode. Where did that material come from? And that question right there is why technically, if scientists are being honest, 100% honest and sticking to their own definitions, until one side or the other, from a scientific standpoint, can conclusively prove the origin of everything, they're both technically theories, which also simultaneously means they're both faith-based. How about them apples? How's that bake your noodles, folks? Neither origin is 100% scientifically provable. Therefore, they are both origin theories by scientific definition. Except one probably has more evidence than the other. Yes and no. I mean, there is evidence that things, plenty of evidence that things have evolved. Like even assuming Genesis is true, right? Things have things on this planet, creatures and people like have gone through evolution since however we started. You know what I'm saying? So like evolution happens, has happened, will continue to happen. We are not cavemen. No, I don't see that. I don't. That's the part about the complete 100% theory of evolution that like I can't wrap my brain around is I'm expected to believe that everything in the world came about by random combinations of cosmic events, chemicals mixing in certain ways, and all that shit. No. Not even over the not even over the billions of years that science says the universe has existed. Like I can't wrap my head around that. There's just too much. Oh, hello, sir. Did you all see the tail? Oh, there's head. There's my tuxedo's head. Hi, buddy. You see it right there? Say hello. Oh, there he is. You were wondering about my cats. Here's one. Hi, sir. What you doing? Do not fuck up my cords. Hi, baby. Isn't he cute? Isn't he just cutie? I mean, there's just to think that this world has come together that well, ecosystem wise, biologically, just in all the ways in which everything works together, both on the planet and out in the cosmos, and for that to be entirely random, basically a universe wide set of luck. Even logically, I can't fucking buy that. That's just me though. But like setting aside my upbringing, like that's a lot of happenstance to accept. Like it's a lot, at least for me. It's a lot of happenstance to accept. What's really funny is like my friends that are hardcore evolutionists would be like, dude, what the fuck? And then like my family and like, and other Christians I know would also be like, dude, what are you doing? It's like, Hi, sir. Yes, I love you too. At least you're rubbing all over that side of the microphone, which is the opposite side from my head or my face. Yeah, exactly, Noah. It's there's just too much, the systems work too well together. And like even just on this planet, the systems work too well together for my mind to accept that that like it was completely like a perfect storm of circumstances, a continuing, I should say, a continuing perfect storm of circumstances for millions of years to get us to this point. That's a lot for me to accept. And then throw in, and that's just this planet. Throw in everything else on top of that, as well as the entire system works together. Like, nope, 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 nope. Time's up. Excuse me. You're cute, but you gotta go now. I love you. There you go. Like, I that's just a lot to accept for me. Oh, I'm not saying there's no randomness whatsoever, Noah. Don't get me wrong. See, here's why I think randomness even works from a creationist point of view. Because God gave us free will, which allows for random acts. You know, I believe God gave us the base, and then created this stuff, created the laws that it all operates by, and was like, all right, cool. Let's see what happens. Gave us guidelines and stuff, all that other stuff as well. But what up, Lou? Thanks for stopping in, bro. Good to see you. Honestly, I'm surprised I'm still going, but hey, this is what we do. Oh yeah, not it's pretty all right now, Lou. How about you? That's better. Can't tolerate a floppy mic. Oh, that's quite all right. I don't mind talking about it. And I did start that other channel more as a space to talk about this shit, but I haven't been doing shit with that channel anyway. I need to, but I got no problem. I got no problem going down a rabbit hole here and there. I mean, like I said, I exhausted all my planned nerdy topics a while ago, so we just hanging now. We just talking. We just doing what people do when they're chilling in the basement. Oh, they can be very entertaining. That's for sure, Noah. Or they can end up boring as fuck. You just never know till you go down them. All right, I am gonna get the fuck out of here though. I actually have shit to do tomorrow. Like I said, I have to go to the weave. Exactly. Got to go do some more work on the room that my wife and I are going to be moving into at her parents because they're getting to the age where they need the help. And, well, hell, they got a nice house too. Win-win for everybody. So, yeah, I need to get some rest before I get into all that shit. So, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Oh, hell yeah. It's always great to talk with Justin. You're right, Brooke. So, thank you all for being here, whether you were here live in the chat or here live lurking or have managed to plow all the way through this replay. Thanks, Delta Dan. I appreciate you guys hanging. the fact that you guys are willing to take the time to hang with me is beyond awesome, and my gratitude can never be fully expressed. So if you had fun, hit all them buttons, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. And yeah, thanks for being here. And I'm back. We'll be back Wednesday. My Wednesday streams are going again now. Now that I got this regular job, I can have a more regular schedule again. I can start getting back to my Wednesday stream. So we will be seeing you, hopefully, all right back here Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. All right. So until then, much love. Thank you all for being here, and we will see you Wednesday. Peace. What a fun stream that was. At least I think so. I hope you guys all agree. That was so much fun. Getting all the updates, doing all the speculation, having our guide Justin come in and share his thoughts. It's a good fucking stream, y'all. And there's no way in hell I could do it without any of y'all being here. So thank you for your interest. Thank you for your time. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for hitting buttons. Thank you for just being awesome enough to hang here with me. You guys are the bomb, and I appreciate you all. So have a good rest of your weekend. Good beginning to next week. And we'll see you right back here Wednesday night at 9 p.m. But in the meantime, remember this. Wherever you're at and whoever you're with, always keep it nerdy. Much love, people. See you.